Thanks for watching this video. I know we're not camping right now or we're not on some adventure, but it is winter and it's just after Christmas. What I'd like to do is show you some of the things that we do when we're not camping. Right now I'm working on a project for my son. It was a Christmas gift that he got. We didn't know if he'd be able to do it, but we bought it for him anyway, and it turns out it's not quite a project for an 8-year-old. We got him this, the Halo Police Pelican. I don't know if that's what it's called. The NMPD Pelican Airbase for Halo, made by Bloks. This is recommended for 8 and up. It's 1,792 pieces. I have to help him with this one, and let me explain why. Inside the box, you're going to find this well laid out manual, and I can't fault him on this. This is a great design. It lays out all the bricks that you're going to have, the shapes, the sizes, the characters. They're explained really well, and this is where you run into the problem with this kit. Most Lego kits, when you open it up, the bags are going to be individually labeled with a number, and that number generally corresponds with the build page. So let's say you're on page 1 and you're working on this section of this base or whatever it is. It's going to say open up bag 1, and bag 1 is going to have every part you need for that part of the build. Now, the thing that Bloks does that really drives me crazy, and which would kill my 8-year-old working on this, and that's why I've been working on this project mostly for him. I'll set it up and then I let him press the bricks together, which really isn't very fair. It's more like my Bloks kit than it is his. Let me give you another explanation of it. So let's just say you need the 4 parts that are listed in here. They're not going to be all in 1 bag or in 2 bags. They're going to be strewn throughout based on their size and their color, and there's probably about 15 to 20 bags that you have to go through in order to find the right piece you need to put this together. So even though this was not a complex build, it took a long time to get it together because I spent a lot of time sorting through each bag for the specific piece that they required for the manual. To me, that's gonna kill it for an 8-year-old. We did the first part of this build, which is the base part and the landing pad and the characters. And we're done with this already. And this took 2 days worth of building to get done. And it wasn't a hard build, it's just it took me forever to go through each bag looking for pieces. It was, let's see, there's 2 pieces here, and then I need a 1 piece here. And what I recommend is once you get so far through the build, just dump them into bins based on their color. That's probably the best way to handle it, but you're still gonna have to sort through them. I just wish Bloks would take the Lego route and put the label on each bag for each part of the build. And that's the one complaint I have about this kit. Other than that, they go together well, and it's been a fun build for me and my little guy. It's just that he can't do it on his own, and certainly this is a much more complex build than most 8-year-olds can handle. I would say maybe 13 and up, 12 and up. 8 and up is going to require help of a parent. Take a look. So at this point, I've kind of narrowed down the number of parts that I have. So what I'm going to do is sort them by color. And I found these little bins, and I don't know if these will help, but, well, this may not work because, well, let's just face it, some of these are bigger than, so what I'll do is I'll sort the big pieces in this one, and then a bunch of little ones in that one. So let's just do it by color, and I may have to get more bins. I'm thinking this is going to help me when I'm sorting through these things. And before I go ahead and let's see. Look at it. I've got all these other colors. I've got this mat that's got all these cutouts in it, which is nice for hobby work and stuff like that. But what I'll do is I'll put those there. And anything that's not the same color, I'll go ahead and... So I'll put all my small pieces in that bin. Let's see what we got in this one. They're kind of unique. All the longer stuff, throw in here. If it's small, I'll throw it here. If it's the other colors, I'll put them there. So let's see. These big pieces can go in here, small pieces over there. Actually, I could probably put those over here. I don't know, this is probably not going to help. But I figure I'll try this, sort them out, and then that way all these kind of white color ones here, you notice they're intermixed, so it may not be the easiest thing to get all these sorted out. Well, hopefully that helps. So that should give you some idea of what's involved in working on a project that's 1,792 pieces. Now, if your 8-year-old's working on this, like mine, he'd probably just take the parts, throw them all over the floor, and put it together, and then halfway through the project he would lose interest. That's not a good thing to encourage, but at the same time, I'd rather have him something to play with, and then he could tear it apart and then use all the blocks to build whatever he wants in the future. Most of the time working on this is sorting through the pieces. So I recommend if you get to a certain point, take all the pieces, put them into bins based on size and color. Use whatever method works for you to find those pieces. But remember, you're going to be digging through 1,792 parts just to find the right one, and that consumes a lot of time. A lot of time on this project was sorting. So you didn't see much building. It was me looking for 5 pieces just so I can complete the next step. And in about 40 minutes, I got 3 more steps completed on this project that has 181 steps. I believe it's 181, but it's close to 200 steps. So if you're sorting and it takes about 5 to 10 minutes per step, it's going to take you a while to build this Halo spacecraft. Take your time, be patient with your kids. Liam didn't help me tonight, but tomorrow I'm going to drag his butt back down here and we're going to keep working on this. And then hopefully in a couple of days, we'll be done and you'll have something to play with. So keep watching, check out my channel.